live. Holy shit, we're live. They didn't fire me yet. I'm still here. Give it time. It'll happen. Feel free to comment. If you're there, comment. Hey, they're playing out a little bit. Ooh, expert fade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, thank you for joining us. It is that time. It is the Burning River Browns talk. Can you believe it? It's Friday night, December 27th, 2024.
Survived Christmas.
Yes, we did. We did. And we had a interesting Christmas day. I should say that.
For sure.
We'll go over that. The things I want to talk about today, just before I do the intros, hey, big news today for the Browns. They restructured Deshaun Watson's contract. We're going to go over what that means. I have some information from my friend, colleague, and friend of the show, Jack Duffin, who's the guy with the salary cap expert. Don't believe the hysteria that you're hearing. For God's sakes, people are like screaming they're done because it doesn't make sense to cut him. We can't.
Right. Oh no, did I freeze or did you freeze? How are we going to figure out who froze? Quick, comment, somebody. Because I don't have any salary cap information. That's all loose thing. I am more of a go with the flow kind of information gatherer and presenter. Oh, he's spinning. Oh no, now it's just me. What am I going to talk about? Thank you, Brian. Lou is frozen and he's gone, which means I get the reins. If anybody's out there and want to play the comment game, please join in. Is anybody out there going to the game on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins? Which this is not a dolphin fin. It's more of a commemorative shark fin because I have to temper down my South Florida enthusiasm this weekend because, you know, being a Browns fan, I can't let the Floridians know that I'm not cheering for them this weekend. It's, you know, I unfortunately never really had much love for the Dolphins, which sounds really harsh because you grow up down there. It's my local football team as a kid and young adult. And I don't know what, I just wasn't into football until I left Florida. So the first football team that I really started paying attention to, which I know a lot of you hate, unfortunately, was the University of Michigan Wolverines. And that program taught me not just to love football, but to really pay attention to it and enjoy all things included in football, such as tailgating and whatnot. Lou is restarting his computer. He's the one with all the good stuff. I'm the one with the fluff. What else? Oh, so from my love of the Wolverines, I immediately latched on to the Detroit Lions. So they technically were the first NFL team that I really did ever pay attention to closely. So am I rooting for the Lions to go to the Super Bowl and win it all? At this point, yes, I am. How great would that be? I mean, we have a lot of things in common with that franchise, and they've come a long way and they've had their own struggles, and seeing them win has been so exciting, and just watching them, and I'm extremely happy for their fan base, because I mean, I could see us maybe one day being in that same situation, being close to going to a Super Bowl. I mean, it'd be great to win a division first. Baby steps. Hopefully we'll win at the draft. Can you win a draft? I know there are a lot of ratings. So note to self, win draft first. Get players to help put together a super team. Because it's about time. Put together a super team. Win the division. Get to the Super Bowl. Win Super Bowl. Not just on paper or on Madden, but in real life. Because I want to see what that parade would look like. Would the city be on fire? Hopefully not. I hope, if Detroit does go to the Super Bowl and win, I hope they don't set Detroit on fire, because, nobody likes when their city's on fire, even though it is a little funny. I don't understand why that's a celebratory thing. If anybody could say why setting your city on fire is celebratory, is it the whole firework thing? I don't know. But it is the last Friday of the year. I hope everybody's having a really good one. Anybody get anything good for Christmas or Hanukkah? Browns, memorabilia. I got a bird bath. Is it a dolphin bird bath? No, it's a flamingo. You grow up in Florida, you become part flamingo, and people remember that. They take note of it, which is ridiculous. Who's excited to see DTR start again this Sunday? Why DTR, not Jameis? Is Jameis injured? I don't think Jameis is injured. I think his spirit might be a little injured. I hope he had a good Christmas. If it were up to me, what would I do? Probably play Jameis. He's really good at rallying the troops. I'm not sure if DTR would be better if he had more time getting reps in the NFL. Maybe he would be. I don't know. Would he maybe be a better quarterback in the spring league? Probably. But everybody needs a good, steady backup. He's young. He's not as, what's the word? He doesn't have as much pizzazz as Jameis. I wonder how the locker room feels about him. I'm sure he's a nice kid. But that being said, he is a kid. I'm still waiting for Lou. I wonder what year his computer is. Oh, wait, he's coming back. I see He's manifesting. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry that happened. So what did I miss?
Nothing. I'm just like la 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 la.
Well, you way to cover, way to cover. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? Since I'm back right now, and I'm really happy to be back. Thank you guys. Yeah, everybody thought when I got knocked off the internet, they're like, oh, he got fired. So
That's just because I should have followed that with you.
yeah, yeah. So I'm back now. Let's take a moment here to go ahead and pause for a break. All right, how about them sponsors? Speaking of sponsors, check out Hemisphere Coffee Roasters, a sponsor of the show. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Hemisphere Coffee Roasters, go ahead and click on the link in the details of the show. They'll be more than happy to, they do a great job giving you coffee. So it's a great coffee company. So enjoy it. So where were we at here? We were going to talk about the restructuring of Watson,
Sure.
and we're also going to talk about actually, I wanted to go over draft picks that Andrew Barry had
Mhm.
from 2020 on today. And then we
should've
can go
spoke
from
about
there. Yeah.
Pittsburgh losing. Damn, that was my
Well, yeah, you could have done.
opportunity.
Well, we're here now, so let's go ahead and do this.
I was just like, oh no, Lou's gone. I'm just gonna fill air with bullshit.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But
That's
I
okay.
wanted
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I
What's
was
okay.
just like all of a sudden it's like boom, it just went. I'm like, what the
I couldn't tell if it
bleep?
was you or me. Sometimes when that happens, like
We kept going. So
mhm. I didn't end it. I didn't pull a Garth. I didn't pull a Garth. Yes.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Your head didn't explode.
It was close. It was close. Whenever I see my head in the big square by itself, I'm like, oh no, it's gonna explode.
All right, I'm just going back to I had everything prepared and ready to share.
Sure.
Now I have to bring all this stuff back up. So go
Well, you
ahead.
could tell me
Tell
about
tell
Pittsburgh.
everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, tell us about your Christmas in Yinzerland.
Yeah, while the Yinzers were playing just 2 miles from where I was sitting, if the
Ugh.
windows were open, you could
Ah,
hear the fireworks. I know. Ugh. So, I couldn't, celebrate too much because I'm not a dick.
I am.
And it's Christmas and they're all Catholic, so I'm not gonna like double poop on their holiday.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
It's Christmas and you're Catholic. Is that what? And you're a Jew. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's Christmas in Yinzerland and they're all Yinzer fans and Christian or Catholic. So, it was a
Well,
big day
Catholic.
for them.
Yeah, Christian Catholics kind of.
Sure.
I know. But all right,
So
so well, I think I reached out to people and saying, hey, it's always a Merry Christmas when the Steelers lose.
right, and I
Um,
was wearing a lot of brown stuff, so it felt pretty good. And I wasn't like celebrating, but I was just like, Andy Reid. Look at that. Look at Cleveland's own Travis Kelsey. Look at that man. He's old and he's still kicking ass. I don't know, whenever. And then I was just like kind of squirming around in my seat whenever, something bad would happen against the Steelers, whenever when they had a flag or, whenever a penalty was called on them. And I'm like, trying not to laugh and like celebrate, but I'm like, look, your team is not so good today. And yeah, so that was pretty fun.
Go ahead. So to me, I mean, yeah, my Christmas day, and I was explaining it. I tweeted out about this. I became like tech support in pajama pants. So so I was putting things together and doing all. So I even told Christine, next year, nothing that needs to be put together. Just put batteries in and done.
Sure.
She laughed. She laughed because I basically spent most of my day doing that. And I was like sweating and everything. And oh my God.
And the rage was slowly accumulating. Like, I hate this putting toys together.
Yeah.
What needed assembly? Did you buy them like tiny desks or something? Or
One was like a food truck,
oh,
like a wood,
okay.
like a pizza food truck. And the other one was a kitchen set.
Oh, you know what? For whatever reason, I was thinking kitchen set because when my sister and I were little, we got a Barbie kitchen set, but that is
Mhm.
a smaller scale, so it's not as
Of course. Yeah. Appreciate you guys sticking with us through the difficulties. I'm almost done getting up what I had,
Good.
what I was going to do. So I'm doing it while I'm talking to you. I'm multitasking.
Good. I'm glad they
So
stuck through while I was blabbering about nonsense. I mentioned the
uh,
University of Michigan and nobody
uh,
left, so I was pretty happy
uh,
about that.
yeah, we actually
And
got some people.
I was professing my love for the Lions also. But there are a lot of parallels with that team and us, So I think,
Oh,
that's a
absolutely.
team people
Absolutely.
could get behind
Yep.
winning
Yep.
the Super Bowl. So I was ranting about that nonsensically,
Yeah,
but
some people just don't want them to go to the Super Bowl because they don't want the Browns to be like one of the few teams. But I say that's not fair because we were dealt a
sure.
really shitty hand in 1999 from 98 on. So
So we
I
could be
still
happy
explain
for
it.
the Lions if they did go to the Super Bowl and won.
Right. And people still lament everything since 99. I'm like, well, how did we get
Have
here?
to
What
move.
happened?
Yeah, we have to live in the now. Another, Wayne's World nugget
Yeah.
that's full of truth is we have to live in the now.
Right. So I kind of look at it like, well, how did we get here?
Hmm.
What caused this? So that's like there's reasons for things. Now, how do we fix it? So you got to say how and why, and how do
Right.
we fix it? Instead of just bitching and complaining, let's fix this thing.
Yeah,
So, speaking of bitching and complaining, let's segue into this.
sure.
Deshaun Watson had his contract restructured.
Hmm.
People are losing their shit. Yeah, he's going to be on the roster in 2025. I could have
Right.
fucking told you that, okay?
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean he'll even be in the building,
Or
but
even play.
he's exactly.
He's going to start the season on the pup list.
Sure.
That was a serious Achilles injury.
Oh God, yeah.
That the people, oh, you could come back in 8 months.
Mm-mm.
Stop. No. That was a serious Achilles injury. We're probably going to put him on the pup list. He might not even play next year. I'm just being honest with you. They're
Mm.
probably already moving on from the guy.
Sure. No
Second,
doubt.
it put on dummy years to the contract. You know what that means? That means the cap hit's going to spread out over the years. Guess what happens to that salary cap every year in the NFL? It goes up.
Hmm.
It goes up. That means
That's
the percentage
exciting.
of the hit goes down.
Hmm.
By spreading it out, we could still remain competitive. Just like how Myles Garrett wants it to be competitive.
Right.
Remember you hearing that? Remember he was talking about what's the plan? This is part
Hmm.
of that plan. He had some preliminary talks with them already. He's going to talk with them after the season.
Sure.
Everybody needs to relax, for God's sakes. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and show my friend Jack Duffin's X page. And let me go ahead and do that. And I have that up right here. Okay, and I'm probably be scrolling. Let me know if you see it. You see it? This was an
It's
hour
coming up.
ago.
There it is. Sure.
It was an hour ago on X. It says
Hmm.
people talking about Browns paying Watson for years. This is false. He will be paid $46 million 2025 next year for all
Hmm.
those listening. 46 million 2026 and $0 onwards. The cap hits are best pushed out as long as possible on every deal with a rising salary cap. Every dollar gets cheaper every year. That's really what it was. It was a strategic move to manage the cap.
Right.
That's really what it was. And that's it. He's not getting extended. If they cut him June 1st, 2026 with those void years, those
Hmm.
$0 will be more. Will probably be like 20 or 30 million for 2027 and onwards.
Hmm.
I think it adds like 2 or 3 dummy years, not void years, but dummy years. So that's how they managed to manipulate the cap. That's really what it was. And let me see. He did an article March 2024 adding the dummy year to Watson's deal. He did the articles about this already. And I love this. I love this one. If anyone in the Cleveland media wants an off the record chat or an interview, I'm always
Hmm.
happy to share what I've learned. What I've learned. I like what he says
Hmm.
learned.
Hmm.
Browns do some cutting edge cap work and isn't always the easiest thing to understand. The irrational panic around restructures and dead cap makes no sense. And he was quote tweeting his March 2024 article.
Hmm.
So people, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're getting comments or anything yet. I'm going to stop sharing this. Oh no, we're not. No, we're not. I don't see anything.
Yep.
Yes, it's just a strategic move.
Hmm.
Essentially, is what it is. Let me try this. Does this look better, or does I like
This
this?
one
I
or
like this
this
one.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I like this one better. We could
These
do
are
this one.
nice rectangles.
Oh, no, we could do that. We could do that.
That's-
Barry's been criticized. Haslam's been criticized.
oh,
Stefanski,
heavily.
Haslam's been criticized heavily. But well, the thing too, they're talking about the stadium. And on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, did you see this when they were talking about ticket prices were leaked?
The survey.
Yeah, the
The
survey. Yeah, it was just,
survey. I didn't even take that survey. I'm like, I don't want to look at the prices. Not
no.
looking. It's too soon.
Hey, how much did groceries cost 5 years ago
Mhm.
compared to today?
Very different amounts. Yeah.
If you can't afford to go, then don't go.
Right.
My tickets, just so you know where I sit, I mean, I'm not sitting in the luxury boxes. I think yours are probably more expensive because they're a lot closer than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My ticket, my season ticket was $650.
Mm-hmm.
About $65 for 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
Do the math, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I pay $65 for the ticket. I take the rapid, that's $5. That's $70 for that. Anything
Mhm.
else I eat or buy, I'm usually around $30 or $40.
Mm-hmm.
I keep it within reason. So it costs me about $110 a game.
Mm-hmm.
I go 10 times a year. That's $1,100 a year. $1,100 a
Yeah.
year. Now, I'm not talking about how much money I make or what I do or how much. I can budget that.
Sure.
I can budget for that.
It's
So-
funny that they were equating it to an addiction, which I understand because I mean everybody you pay for your vices and this can be considered that. And so like
Oh,
how
yeah.
much do you like they were saying, like G. Bush was saying about like a six pack, you know, how much you gonna
Mhm.
pay for a six pack? And if that goes up by you know, a couple
Cigarettes.
bucks, are you still gonna buy that six pack? Or yeah, or cigarettes, same thing. It's you know,
Mhm.
we all have our vices and being Browns fans, it's an addiction
Mhm.
of sorts.
Well,
And
yeah, some people gamble. Yeah, some people
well,
gamble.
right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
And that's when you need help. All right. So are you saying that we need therapy?
One big
Well,
support
you
group
know what
of
would you know
some
what would change
sort.
all this bullshit if the team starts winning.
Well, that would right.
And I remember I'm old enough to remember when I was 16 years old in 1989, people coming out saying, "Oh, a new baseball stadium's not going to be good. It's going to suck. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be terrible, and it's only going to be for rich people." And guess what? By 1995, there were sellouts because
Sure.
the team was good. Record-setting sellouts. 455 consecutive sellouts in the late 90s when that thing was first built.
And I think
Just
they sell out every home opener too.
Oh, they always did.
Mhm.
This is Cleveland is a baseball town, and it was always that way, always. So just to give you an idea how the irrational people can think sometimes, it's like I said, wait till the final plan's released and how they're going to pay for it. And
Mhm.
I had an interesting conversation on Christmas with my father because he said, no, they want a new stadium. And I said, no, they don't. He goes, what do you mean? I said, they're getting a new stadium. There's no wanting. It's
Mhm.
happening. He
Mhm.
kind of gave me that look. I said, no, they're not asking for anything. They're saying, we're going to do this.
Sure.
That's pretty much what's happening now. I mean, 2/3 of it's already privately funded. The
Mhm.
last third will probably be a bond from the state. That's what I'm
Mhm.
guessing. A $1 billion bond, a $1.2 billion bond from the state that will be paid back at the allotted time plus interest. So everybody's taxpayer money, taxpayer money. What's paying for the current piece of crap we have now until 2028? It's not even paid off until 2028.
I mean, it's like crumbling, and tax dollars are going into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to keep it up to code. It costs $2
Mhm.
million a year.
Yeah, and I'm
What
sure this off season there'll be a you know something that'll need to be fixed to keep it up to code, and that'll cost a few million.
and Steve Heinrich said something that there's a Fox 8 story. They're paying lawyers $670 an
Yes,
hour to
yes,
fight
they are.
this, which
Mhm.
is a losing battle. It's futile.
Mhm. Yeah.
They're trying to leverage that land to be a part of Cleveland. That's the only rational thought I have is that's what they're trying to do. They're
Mhm.
trying to get their foot in, like
Like
how they.
annex it. Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking. They're trying, like how Hopkins is
The
Cleveland.
airport, right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so they could do that 176-acre plot, come up with a deal with Brook Park or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. But anyway, that's just it's not a matter of wanting a new stadium. They're getting it.
Yeah.
And it's happening. And this isn't an Art Modell the Baltimore deal. This is
Right.
something different. And
Down
plus,
the
once we
street.
start going to the games, if the team's playing well, they're winning, and it's a great place to go watch a game, we're gonna love it. Where's the Muni lot? It's all around the whole fucking stadium. Jesus Christ. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be changed, but
I told you they're gonna funnel in all the smells of downtown. They're gonna funnel in, the bum pee, and they're gonna funnel in
the
like
piss
the
and the crap
yes,
and
and like the
the
swamp
homeless guys
gas odor. Yes, that like steams up from all the
from
manhole covers. It's all
the West Six food trucks there that we hang out at. But we
yes.
had, then
Mhm.
all of a sudden they started charging us, and then they got shut down for charging
Yes,
people.
I told you, my
Yeah,
conspiracy theory. Mhm.
that's a real conspiracy theory too. So interesting, very interesting. So there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of criticism about Andrew Barry that I wanted to talk about.
Sure.
And so I really appreciate you giving a chance to talk about this because they're talking about his draft picks. All right. His first draft was 2020. His next draft will be 2025. And we're going to start out with probably a top 5 pick.
Mhm.
I honestly don't see this team winning another game.
Right.
Baltimore is going to have a long week of rest,
Mhm.
like 11 days of rest, and they're playing really good football right now.
Yeah, they are.
They're probably going to win the division. I don't see us beating Baltimore. We could have a chance of beating the Dolphins, but it's going to be in the 50s and raining.
Mhm.
So more than likely will not. And we finished 3-14. We have a top 4, top 3 pick,
Mhm.
and the debate's going to go on. Who do we take? Who do we take? A quarterback. Yeah. Shadir
Somebody.
Sanders. I'm not impressed with Shadir Sanders. I'm not impressed with Cam Ward. I don't see
Mhm.
franchise top 5 pick with any of these guys. Somebody's going to do it. Let the Raiders and Giants do it. If what I would like to, who I'd like to see us take is one of 2 players with that top 5 pick. Genty doesn't even impress me either. Travis
Mm.
Hunter, I think his girlfriend's going to ruin his life.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll go into that, but it's just a whole other mess. Mason Graham, Michigan, defensive tackle, complete animal, amazing player. Put him next
Nice.
to Michael Hall. Wow, with Myles Garrett, and
Mhm.
yeah, okay, that looks really good. Um, or Abdul Carter from Penn State,
Okay.
opposite of Myles Garrett. So depending on how they want to do it, then you got other picks. You got a high second round pick. You got 2 third-round picks. So you got 4 picks in the top 100. One of
That's
those picks could be a quarterback.
sure.
If they take a flyer on like Carson Beck in the 3rd round, bring in Kirk Cousins on the league minimum after he's cut, that's an improvement. That's Carson Beck is kind of like a Kirk Cousins type, I think. So he could work out. But I would say if they're really going to go all in on a franchise quarterback, they're going to look hard in 2026 at Drew Aller. It's a local
Oh,
kid.
right. Mhm.
Or Archie Manning, one of those 2. So that's what you're going to see. That'd be 2026 draft. Call me crazy. I could be, but I think Drew Aller is the real deal because he's.
Used.
I saw film on
Beast.
Shedeur Sanders struggling against Nebraska defense.
Okay.
That's an average NFL defense is very good in college. Okay, Nebraska is not very good in college. It's not. Ohio State is very good. Okay, that it is a very good defense. So it's one of the top ones. So here we are. That's what I think they're going to do. But let's talk about draft picks. Let's talk about Andrew Barry draft picks because everybody brings up Jed Wills. They say, "Oh, Jed Wills, he can't pick draft
He's
picks because of
just
one. He's
one.
one." Well, he had a good rookie year. After that, he didn't have that many good years. He got hurt last year, and he
Mhm.
just really hasn't. It looks he's playing like his heart's not into it.
Mhm.
So let's do this. I'm sharing the screen. Let me know that you see it.
Not yet.
You're not seeing it?
Nope. I saw the little thingy on the bottom is up there. I see, but it's not.
Hmm. Let me try this. Let me try it again. Because I had it. I saw it there. Hang on. Let me do this. 2020 draft.
Come on, computer. You can do it. You got this, computer.
How come it's not there? All right, I have it here in front of me. I'll read it.
Sure.
Number 1, pick 10 overall, Jed Wills, offensive tackle, Alabama. Second pick, Grant Delpit, safety, LSU. Good pick. Jordan Elliott, took him a time to develop. His last year with us was good. Went on to San Francisco. Okay, this is 5 years ago.
Mhm.
Okay. Jacob Phillips, he's still with us, isn't he? I believe so. He's a backup linebacker, 3rd-round pick, 97th overall in the 2020 draft. Harrison Bryant, Florida Atlantic, your guy.
Oh, he's on the Raiders. Yes.
He's on the Raiders
He was
now.
good. He was decent when he was
Yeah,
here. He put
was
up
a
points and
4th-round pick.
stuff.
He was the 4th. Nick Harris is still on the team.
Mhm.
He's still with us. He's being used. Donovan Peoples-Jones was a 6th-round pick, was productive with us. So
He was
this is
good.
not outside of Jed
Not
Wills.
a bunch of slouches. Not at all.
No. Outside of Jed Wills, it's been a
Mhm.
pretty decent draft.
Agreed. Man, I miss Harrison Bryant. That's a me problem. I don't know
Yeah.
what he's doing. I don't know if he's still being played first
Yeah,
string or probably
String-
not.
All right, let me get off of that. I probably have too many. That's what it is. I have too many tabs open. All right, let me see about the 2021 draft. Let me just do it. Let me see if it's going to let me do that. 2021 draft. Is it coming up?
I only
I
see
see-
the bottom. I see it at the
Yeah.
bottom there, but I don't see it
Yeah,
coming
you
up.
don't. Yeah, okay.
Is it coming up on your end?
Nope, it's not
Oh.
coming up on my end. Okay, let's do this. 1st-round pick number 26, Greg Newsome.
Mhm.
Still starts.
Mhm. Solid.
Still starts. Solid. One. Still, he's going to be a 5th-year starter next year if he stays, unless we trade him. Pick 52, Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoma. That's a home
I
run.
love him. I was there for that. I
Yep.
was there.
Yep. Pick
in that
91,
pick.
Anthony Schwartz, Auburn, bust. Wasn't a good pick.
Mhm.
Tackle James Hudson. He actually played for us, 4th-round pick, backup swing tackle. It's pretty much what he is. Okay. 4th-round pick, Tommy Togiai, defensive tackle, Ohio State. Wasn't a good pick. Tony Fields, West Virginia, linebacker. He's still with us. Richard LeCount, the safety out of Georgia. Nope, not. He's not with us. But you're talking 5th-round picks.
Mhm.
And 6th-round pick in 2011 was Demetric Felton. I think he's with Jacksonville now, and that was it.
Mhm.
So, okay, so that's that for that draft. So that one wasn't as good, but we have 2 starters from the 1st round.
Sure.
And if you hit on 48% of your draft picks, you're going to Canton. So, and that's what it is. So let me see if I could try this one. See if it's going to let me share. Let's see. If it's not
Yay,
coming.
it's coming up. Look at that. Finally.
Yeah, all right, there we go. All right. Pick 68, Martin Emerson. Good pick, having a down year. Okay. Right. Pick 78, 3rd round, Alex Wright, UAB. He's been developing into a pretty good player. He tore a tricep, I think it was this year, so it's a shame.
I like the barking backers that just came up, like the little picture of the dogs. Oh, that's so cute.
Okay, David Bell, he's playing. He's decent, but he's not a great pick. But he was 3rd-round pick. He was pick 99. Okay, 4th-round pick, Perion Winfrey. He was a head case. They got rid of him. Cade York, he's no longer with the team. He didn't work out. Jerome Ford, 5th-round pick. He's starting. He's playing.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's producing.
He's doing pretty. He was pretty good this past.
Yeah, Michael Woods. He's still playing with us and he's producing. All right, this is 2022. This is this is 2 years ago. All right, 6th-round pick, Michael Woods, not bad. Isaiah Thomas, he's playing. He's contributing. So you got 1, 2, 3. You got 2 there. Let me see. 3. 4. 5. 6. You got 6 guys from that draft playing and contributing. outside of Cade York. Okay, let's get out of that. So let's just, I mean, I'm not saying every one of his picks are going to be a home run or should be a home run.
Well, that's just human nature. I mean, you could only
Yeah.
until you
but-
put these guys into the real situations of what the games are actually going to be. Coming from college, it's a lot different, and so you're not going to know until you know.
Yeah, I think what I was doing, I had all those tabs open. I was stressing
Mhm.
out. I was stressing out the system. That's what happened. That's probably why it took a crap on me when it did. Okay, third round pick, 74. While you see that, Cedric
Mhm.
Tillman. Okay,
Yeah,
good
still
pick.
decent.
Siaki Ika. Ugh.
We won't discuss him.
Yeah. Now the rumor I heard was Siaki Ika was a Jim Schwartz pick, and I heard Jed Wills was a Bill
Oh.
Callahan pick. I heard that. Don't know how true it is.
Gotcha.
But it's still at the end of the day, it's Andrew Berry's pick.
Mhm.
Fourth round pick, DeJuan Jones. Oh yeah, I mean that was a good pick.
Love
He's
that
probably
guy.
going to be our starting left. Yeah, monster.
Mhm.
Isaiah McGuire, he's contributing. Yeah, Isaiah McGuire's he's playing and contributing for us. He's a rotational guy. Fourth round pick from 2023. He's playing. All right, let's see. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he's starting. He started for us, and he's a fifth round pick. So, what do you
He's
expect?
still young. I was trying to talk about that by myself. Do you think that if he had more time playing, QB, that he would become better? Or do you think he's cut out for like the spring league?
I think he needs more game reps. I think that's what he needs. But then again, what do I know?
Right.
Cameron Mitchell, he starts in place of Newsom when he's hurt.
Mhm.
He comes in, he contributes.
Mhm.
Very good pick. Fifth round pick. Okay. This is Luke Whippler broke his leg in the preseason, but he was looking like he was going to be able to start. Yeah.
Mhm.
But he was a good pick. So far, so good. And I think that's the last of that one. Okay. So we're going to stop sharing. All right. No, you see my point, though.
Of course.
I mean, everybody's ready to crucify this guy on this. And this was going to be last year's draft. One last one I'm going to do last year's draft. I'm not getting any comments, which I'm surprised. Maybe everybody's just like, fuck him.
No, I mean, it's still people are out doing shit with their families and stuff.
That's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's do this.
And all the bowl games are on right now, too.
You got Michael Hall Jr.,
Mhm.
Zach Zinner. Okay, those guys. Zach Zinner's probably going to be starting next year.
Yes. I can't
Michael
wait.
Hall. I mean, Michael Hall had a lot going on this in the offseason, but I think he's young. He's young. He's only 21. So you got two young guys here. Jamari Thrash is showing potential, but he's a rookie. Let's see. Miles Harden.
Mhm.
He's played. He's been involved. He's been out there. He's actually played pretty good. Out in he's done pretty good. He's not you know what I mean.
Mhm.
He's been out. And he's contributing. He's contributing. Nathaniel Watson. I'm hearing his name too pop up once in a while, but he's a 6th round pick. Guy from I want to say, is that Mississippi State? Yep. And from the SEC, and then you got a guy from Cincinnati, Jawan Briggs. So
Right.
Briggs, I haven't heard anything about, but he was like the last pick of that draft. We had 6 draft picks.
Oh, there's everybody.
Yeah, so I just went over that. So depending on, I mean, if we're sitting here next year at 3 wins,
Oh, burn it to the ground.
yeah, that would be a deal breaker. I think.
Yeah.
That would be grounds for them to be terminated, which would not surprise me. So, of course, but we're not there yet, and it hasn't happened yet. So let's look at what do you think they're going to do? I definitely wanted to go over those draft picks because everybody's like, Jed Wills. Well, okay, but
he's just one of many. Just one.
One of like 30 picks. I'm just like. So, yeah, the top 10, you had a chance. They said Tristan Wirfs. Well, everybody's high. The analytics told them to pick Tristan Wirfs, but everybody was happy with the Wills pick the time it happened. So, don't.
Right. That is true. They're like, oh, he's from Bama.
Yeah.
Nick Saban's Bama. He's going to be great.
Meanwhile, Tristan Wirfs is starting for Tampa Bay.
Hmm.
Yes, he's from Iowa, I think. So I think Jed Wills, I believe he was a right tackle and they moved him to left too, if I'm not
I think
mistaken.
you're
So
right.
yeah, so I mean that's not always fair to do either. But I thought Dewan Jones for the limited time that he played
It was great.
at left tackle. Let me see.
There's Steve.
Damn, I'm not bringing it back up, Steve. I went over pretty much all the draft picks, just kind of went through them and who's still playing. Actually, 2023, there's two guys starting now. Diabate
Mhm. He's pretty
and
good.
Hickman were undrafted free agents in 2023. So they're actually pretty good. But thanks for commenting, Steve.
Yay,
Yeah.
Steve.
So it's a little bit better than you think. So I'm just saying he's not this horrible. Plus, he made amazing deals to trade for Amari Cooper, and Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I mean Jerry Jeudy. If you see his numbers, what he's looking on, he's over what 1,000.
1,000 receiving yards. Yep.
Yes,
Pro Bowl year. He's having a Pro Bowl year, and there's still 2 games to go.
I
So,
was
and
trying to remember the numbers. It was
yeah, I know
1,000.
Cedric Tillman is not playing. Neither is David Njoku. So,
I saw that.
yeah, we could preview the Dolphins game. We just pretty much said we don't think they're going to win another game. I don't think we care. I
No, the
put in my
season's
article.
done.
I put in my article. They're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. If they lose,
Right.
everybody's going to complain about losing. But if they win, our draft spot,
draft pick. Yeah.
draft pick. Yeah. So you people are insufferable. I swear to God. All right, Cavs are winning 41-38 in the second quarter.
Huh.
It's good stuff. Yep. Good stuff. So go ahead. What do you think, Sherry? You let me know
About
what
the game? Yeah, no, I
about
do
the
not
game, or
see
what
them.
about the draft picks that I went over. What is your thoughts on this?
I think for the most part, it's been pretty solid on draft picks. I mean, there are a couple, Ika and Wills that were not good, but you can't, like I said, you can't be a full. You can't have them. You can't come up with a full evaluation of them until they've gotten reps. And with any new draft pick, it's a wait and see. So it's so difficult getting them from their college career and having them transition
Yeah.
to play in the majors. It's like I said, it's just a wait and see. You got to see how they play the position, and how they handle it. So I think
Yes.
overall it was fairly decent, his draft picks, and I don't understand why people get so negative when
Negative. These
outrageous,
guys. Negative.
outrageously negative,
Oh God, and they wonder why.
and calling for his, off with his head
Off with
immediately.
his head. Well, then guess what will happen if they get fired and they start all over? Why can't we have stability?
Well, yeah, then it'll be that argument. Why can't we have nice things?
Yeah.
It'll be that. It's very cyclical. It's like a dog chasing its tail. It's
We've been doing
exhausting.
the same shit for over 20 years, guys. Let's see what they do.
Either you want a head coach that's the same guy, or you absolutely hate the guy. Well, this is like going to be 5 years, right? So, isn't it stability?
We have this will be next year will be their 6th year here.
Right.
So they got it's almost like they got to win, and they got to show Myles Garrett they want to win, and I think they're going to. I think they have a plan.
Still haven't even had the opportunity to develop a rookie quarterback yet in their system.
This is true.
So until we see that, I mean, how can we complete evaluation?
I don't know.
But,
Still trying to figure that shit out.
mhm.
The argument, I think they're 6.5 point underdogs against the Dolphins, which, all right, whatever. I'm going to go to the game.
Mhm.
And guess what? After this game, I'm going to be back next August for preseason.
Well, of course.
I'm not going anywhere.
Mhm.
Sherry will be back. with Matt or whoever will come with you to the
Mhm.
games. I'll be there with Harvey, or well, this Sunday I'll be there with Christine.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
wife and I will be there, but I'll be there with Harvey or my wife or other people, and we'll figure it out. We'll
Right.
figure it out. We
One
always do.
game at a time. One game at a time.
We'll come back. Don't give me this crap. I'm not going to go because if there's a new stadium, they're moving from downtown. Stop. Just I'm going to roll my eyes because people are going to go. And you
Of
talk about
course.
ticket prices. And guess what? It's just called economics. This is a market.
Mhm.
If you have cars that are selling for $100,000, tennis shoes for $200, or cell phones for $2,000,
Right.
as long as somebody's willing to pay for it, companies are going to sell it. The Browns are going to sell tickets if people are willing to pay the price for them.
And they always are.
There always are people that will. And if you want to complain about rich people being able to afford it, hey, there was Cavs games I could have went to that could have had that happen. So I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's too rich for my blood. Let's see.
Okay.
Hearing rumbles about Manning kid from Texas. They're talking about him on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports
Ah.
Show. Has him having ties to Manning gang would has him bring Peyton Manning as an advisor. He could.
Hmm.
He could. That's
People
been
love
rumored.
him.
That
That's
that could.
interesting. Interesting
That's a very good question, Brian.
nuggets. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, that's Archie Manning. I think that's Peyton's nephew, if I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and well, he's in Texas,
That's
so
Cooper's kid.
yeah, I think the guy that plays at Texas might transfer to Ohio State. He might. I don't know, but I mean, I'm hearing all these transfer portal people are committing to Ohio State's raiding the portal again. Yeah, they are. I mean, they are essentially they are. And if they beat Oregon at the Rose Bowl, they have a very good shot of winning it all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a great point. I'm thinking they could be leaning towards either him or Drew Aller. Now, what if they do this? They have a good season next year. They make it to the playoffs, maybe get into the divisional round or whatever. Maybe win a couple, get to the playoffs, maybe get pretty far. And they're down in the draft in the 20s. They know if they're going to get one of those two guys, they're going to have to move all the way up.
Right.
They're going to have to pay a king's ransom to go up there and get them.
Big time. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to go like that.
Yeah.
Especially Drew
like
Aller.
Drew Aller and Archie Manning are probably the top two quarterbacks in 2026. It's looking that way. So they're going to do their due diligence and start scouting these kids now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got these guys under rookie contracts. You're not going to hear $230 million guaranteed.
Right. Then there's that. Exactly. Rookie contract is not that deep.
The problem is a lot of the national people, media. Please, you give me a headache. It drives me crazy. It really does. It does. But yeah, I do like that. I'm going to bring that up again. So if you want to go ahead and read that. So he's hearing rumbles about Manning kid from Texas. Yep. Archie Manning. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now his grandfather was Archie Manning for the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You got Peyton Manning.
See, that makes just the concept of Peyton Manning doing anything here in Cleveland makes me happy. He's just so freaking likable and charismatic.
And I think too, and I really would love to see this group in the front office, these people draft a guy
and develop him
and bring him along. And you can have Cousins start for a year while he's in his rookie year and just maybe give him a year to list to learn and don't play him and have a long-term plan in place. The stability that everybody's talking about. More than we all have a plan too. Like we always have that plan to not play the rookie quarterback, and he ends up playing. So we always have,
i.e. Baker Mayfield,
i.e. Colt McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mayfield was better than Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm. I.e. what? DeShone Kizer was in there too.
Mm-hmm. DeShone Kizer. Jeez.
You remember him? Yeah. He
all
was
right,
a nice, sweet boy.
50-49 Cavs in Denver. So, and we're the second quarter. I can't see how much time is on there, but all right, cool. No, I like that. I like that Arch Manning. Drew Aller is a kid from Medina. Penn State. Yeah, he plays for Penn State. He's a local kid, which I always caution that because I remember the Steeler fans loved Kenny Pickett. They
did.
love Kenny Pickett,
They sure did.
and then that didn't work out.
He's on the Eagles now, right?
Yeah, I think he had to go out and play for them
He did.
because
He did.
Jalen Hurts was hurt, so
He got
he was
mm-hmm.
injured.
Mm-hmm.
So there's yeah, I think another thing too. I was listening to Stefanski's press conference. Anthony Walker was coming back to Cleveland, the former linebacker of the Browns, but he's not going to be able to play because he's hurt. So instead, yeah, Stefanski was like, "Oh, he's injured." I wasn't aware of that, so he just said that. Oh, they were asking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're asking him about a hurt player on another team, and he's like, "I have no idea what status he is." I mean, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know. They're not going to tell him. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, so I really kind of excited to see how this team does this. I'm looking just overall. I'm looking at the draft picks aren't as bad as people want to say or perceive it to be.
Right.
That was my point. Are they perfect? No. Is he perfect? Nobody is. Hindsight's always 2020. But I do want to see what he does as a plan, and if they have the ability after March 16th to bring in Kirk Cousins for the league minimum and save money because they need to this year and next year.
Right.
And they could do it. And then if they make cap space, they could sign guys like a T. Higgins.
So what do we do with Jameis?
I don't know. I don't know. He's throwing too many interceptions. It's just it was getting ridiculous. I mean, yeah, great. You had the 500 yards, but we looked good losing. I mean, it's just, but the pick sixes were just like, yeah, that was going on way too much. So that was just it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't see him on the team next year. I think DTR might be the only one still on the team. I mean, Deshaun Watson's going to be on the pup. So yeah, I don't see that happening. What do you see?
Man, I guess I am mushy. Like, I am rooting for Jameis.
Yeah, he's a likable guy. Don't get me wrong.
He is so
he's
likable,
a nice guy.
and everybody just rallies behind him, and he's such a good leader. You know, he's such a good veteran to have in the locker room.
Yeah, good leader, fun guy, but throws too many interceptions. That's just what it is. And despite that, that's what's going to happen. And keep in mind, we get a rookie quarterback in here. We're going to have to be patient with him.
Of course.
I mean, everybody wants everything to instantly happen. And it's like, I did an article. Everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side. And I said, the grass is greener where you water it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's water it and let's not urinate on it. Okay. That was my thing. Please, let's water our grass and not pee on it. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, it's just, people just drive me. It's just roll my eyes and just go, you got to be kidding me. Mm-hmm. But trust me, your people, your people that are stirring the pot, clicking up the clickbait, trying to stir up the emotions. I have zero issues with what Myles Garrett said. He's 100% right. He wants to see them trying to win. He's the best player on the team, future Hall of Famer with this team. He's here with us long term. He wants to be here, but he also wants to win. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Other players have echoed his sentiments, including Joe Baton, Denzel Ward, other potential Hall of Famers, Pro Bowl level players that we have. So
yeah, guys, it only makes sense.
It makes sense, and I'm glad he's saying it. I'd be worried if he didn't say it. Call me crazy. What do you think before we wrap this up?
No, I mean, they make good sense. Okay. They're frustrated. Clearly, they're frustrated, and they don't like the wishy-washy answers. I'm sure they would like something more concise.
Meaning wishy-washy from the
the helm of the ship. I'm sure they're frustrated with.
They're frustrated with the results. Yeah, I think the way they talk to the media versus the way they'll talk to the players off the record in private are two different conversations. And they talk to the media the way they do for a reason. Because of stupid crap.
But I just feel if things were more concise, just overall, you'd have happier players. Nobody likes indecisive anything.
No, I think if we were winning, you'd have happier players, and they wouldn't give a shit how unconcise they were. I think
Yeah.
winning does cure all, and
Hmm.
yeah. So we could have we could have a winning season next year. We could win 12 games or whatever. Not saying they will, not saying they won't.
Hmm.
I always did this with. I said this to John Monday. We should take this opportunity whenever you have a problem or have things coming at you. You
Hmm.
got to go, okay, instead of being like, why is this happening? Oh my God, I can't believe this. Why is this happening? Pause and think and go, what am I supposed to learn out of this? What are we supposed to learn from this? My lesson right now is in the NFL, you're never as good as you think you are,
Hmm.
and you're never as bad as you think you are.
Hmm.
He says, I don't want to see any more of DTR. I could see someone like a Cousins or Watson at QB at the possibility of young QB. Watson's not, he's going to start the year on the pup, probably, Steve. But yeah, thank
Did
you.
you mean what? Did you mean Jameis? You might have meant. Did you mean
Did,
Jameis?
did you mean Winston?
Two
Yes,
W
Steve.
guys, two WT guys. Winston, Watson. I get it.
Oh, dude, did Greg Gumbel die?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he
I just saw
did.
something on the oh, my heart goes. Oh, a wrestler died
I
on
saw
Christmas.
you posted who was.
Yeah, I wrestled him. He was a
Did
friend.
you?
Jack State. Yeah, that's who I
Wow.
lost the national title to in Nashville. There's a quick story about that. Yeah,
Let's
because
hear it.
I was headed to Nashville with a torn groin. Had to drop the belt to him. And I was ready to I kind of put in my notice because Christine was pregnant with Isabella. And I didn't even know if it was a girl at the time. I mean, it was in her
Mm.
first trimester. So I was ready to take some time off. So I said, "Yeah, I'm ready to drop the belt. Let's, where do you want me to do it? With who?" He says, He's dropping it to Jackson, Nashville, Tennessee, on this date in February of 2015, about 7 months before Izzy was born. And I saw on Facebook that he posted that his mother passed away that day. And I'm going, crap, is he even going to be there?
Mhm.
Oh man, I got to hold on to this belt longer than I want to. So I still went. I said I had to go.
Of
So I mean,
course.
I was obligated to be there. So I got there and I limped in and I saw him. He was there before I was, and I hugged him. I said, "Man, are you okay?" He goes, I said, "I'm sorry to hear about your mom." And he goes, "Yeah, it was tough." And I guess she was battling cancer for a long time, so it was one of those. She's in a better place. She's no longer in
Gotcha.
pain. So I was like, "All right." I said, "Hey." Well, he goes. They said, "Hey, they want me to put you away quick," and I said, "They're going to have to." And I lifted up my sweatpant
Oh, and
leg,
you
and
show them
I showed my the
the
inside of my thigh
bruise.
was black,
Yikes. Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Holy shit, are you going to be able to?" I said, "I'll do what I have to do." I taped it up and went out there, and it
Mm-hmm.
dropped like a 2 or 3 minute match. He put me away quick, and I was like, "Yeah, I just I don't care. Take the. I would have mailed the belt back to you if you wanted me to." That's what I told him. Yeah, because the week that I tore my groin the week before,
Right. Okay.
weekend before I was defending it in North Carolina, and went out there and did it. And then I had like two other commitments to complete for two other promotions by the end of February, and I was just hurting. I mean, it hurt when I peed. It was so bad,
That
and
sounds awful.
oh, it was awful. Yeah, but there was an interesting story to it. Was I had to get checked for a
Mm-hmm.
hernia,
Mm-hmm.
and when I went to the doctor. It happened to be a woman doctor that had to check
Mm-hmm.
me. That didn't bother me at all, but it was just funny because I took off my boxer shorts and she saw my leg and she goes,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh wow!" And I looked at her and said, "Well, that's the first time that ever happened to me." Her face turned red.
I wonder if she was a resident.
She might have been. She might have been. She couldn't believe I said that. Her face turned red when
Oh
I said
yeah, I don't remember if you saw this or not.
it.
Since we're ending this on sad news,
Yeah, well, no, I could tell
uh,
jokes, but
friend of the show passed away. Tommy.
really,
Yeah,
I had no
he.
idea.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, and real sad stuff. He leaves behind
I'm
two
sorry.
daughters.
I'm sorry about that. How old was he? Was he young?
He was, I think, slightly older than me. I think.
Yeah, well, Jax was 48. He was
Oh
3 years
wow.
younger than me. Yeah, he had a heart attack in November, and he still had complications from it and eventually took his life.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it was rough. So, and he didn't have kids though. He had a wife, but he didn't have children. and he was a friend. I considered him a friend, great guy and a friend. But all right,
Mhm.
and I'm sorry, Tommy. I am so sorry that he's gone too. And you
Yeah,
said it
I
was a
found
couple of
out.
weeks
I
ago?
just found out. Was it Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve? And I was gonna text you, but I was kind of like, really didn't take it. Well, obviously, didn't take it very well, just because he and I we spent a lot of time together in spaces, and we would text back and forth here and there. And he
Yeah.
was just a very generous, good guy, and so
So
yeah,
I'm sorry
not
to hear that.
100% sure what happened, if his ex is going to be, like, collecting anything for the services or what, but as soon as I find any information out, I'll pass it along. But yeah, no, you good friend of the
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Watson
but
will
yeah,
be
no, I
here.
was a
Watson will be here.
blubbering mess.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry about
mhm,
that. I'm sorry about that, Tommy. I'm really sorry. I was shocked. I didn't even know about it. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, it's horrible. Guys, and just so you know, I'm not going to go into detail about my family or anything else, but I dealt with loss already this year, and it
mhm,
came real close to happening with my wife's side of the family. And always remember to appreciate the time you have with the people when you have it. And that's like I said, what am I supposed to learn?
mhm,
Maybe that's a lesson we can all learn. So, on that note, I think we're going to end the show.
mhm,
I really appreciate you guys. I will see you out there Sunday. I will be there, but I won't be taking the green line because I'm
mhm.
coming from the side.
Yeah, yeah, he
West
told.
side, west side. Oh, did I tell you that this scammer and bot reached out to me, and she asked the most unique question. She goes, "How do you live with being so handsome?"
Oh!
I had a simple response. I said, "Oh, it's pretty easy. I make up for it by having an extra large ego." Always
The
remember,
bots are
guys.
getting creative.
Yes, always remember, guys. When the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. I will see you guys Sunday. I'll see you. Okay, all right. Check it out Monday night. Stir in the pot with me and Johnny Cleveland. We're gonna do the post game Browns Dolphins. Wednesday night, Breezy Browns talk with Sherry. Who's your guest Wednesday?
It's New Year's, so I'm not
You're
gonna
not
be
doing. Oh,
putting
okay. Oh, that's
because
right.
it's a
It's New Year's.
holiday. Yeah.
Are you doing a show at all next week?
Well, with you, but
No, I mean you're not doing a Breezy Browns talk at all. Okay. Well,
no, not the first, just
what about
because.
the eighth? What about the
Well,
eighth?
yeah, the 8th.
Okay, well, she'll have a show on the 8th. But
Mhm.
we'll be back next Friday. Thursday, January 2nd, myself and Corey Castle will be on the Stewcast through Fans First Sports Network on the Combat Zone Network. We're going to talk wrestling. You know, and I should tell that story about Jackson because Jack Stain died after we did the show Thursday, so
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say a few words about him and just so you know too. I mean, I said my jokes every year. I see a doctor. I get a physical. I've actually had blood work done several times this year
Mhm,
because the doctor's monitoring me. I get checked for Parkinson's
mhm.
because I have two family members that have diagnosed with it by neurologists. I have very good health care because of my work and everything else. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the family and the friends that I have. I know I can be a jerk sometimes. I'm not. I'm just old and just sick of it.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And I appreciate all of you. I even the Browns media people that drive me crazy. I mean, you people, I do appreciate you because you give me shit to talk about. So
Right on.
you guys make up shit, and I tell people that you're full of shit. So thank you for giving me stuff to talk about. Always remember, speaking of who's full of shit, when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. I will see you next week. See you Monday night, and thank you all. And hey, Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody. And actually, on New Year's Eve, be safe.
Yes,
Be safe. Watch out for the assholes on the road and do not be one of them. Have a great night.
exactly.